Good afternoon, everybody. It gives me enormous pleasure, and more than the pleasure, actually, it gives me enormous pride to see all of you here this afternoon. I did a little math for this afternoon, and just for those who are interested, we have 1,019 man-years of experience available today in this room. Yeah. So by any standards, I think that is a fantastic feat for us to start with. I am one of the founders and partners in the Gateway Group of Companies. And the Gateway Group of Companies currently does business in 21 countries. We have customers spread across these continents. And the Gateway Group of Companies is a global sourcing organization in information technology.
Mijn naam is Harry de Wit, 50 jaar, lid van de directie van Telegraaf Media Nederland. Dit maakt een onderdeel uit van de Telegraaf Media Groep. En onder Telegraaf Media Nederland vallen alle uitgeverijen van het concern. Oplages van betaalde dagbladen dalen met 14-15% in een periode van 4-5 jaar. Dat betekent dat wij als concern een andere richting hebben moeten kiezen. Enerzijds printactiviteiten zo goedkoop mogelijk en digitaal zo snel mogelijk. Tot nu toe heb ik altijd buitengewoon positieve ervaringen met NINtec. Wat ik ook merk is niet alleen in projecten dat die ervaringen goed zijn, maar op het moment dat projecten voorbij zijn, dan ga je ook weer kijken in dialoog met elkaar wat belangrijke andere ontwikkelingen zijn. En zo help je elkaar steeds verder in elkaars ontwikkeling en word je op ideeën gebracht.
My name is Luc van Bussel. The name of the company is the Always Be Mobile company. And we are establishing, developing and operating automotive concepts.
I don't know what it is, but two young boys are fascinated by cars. I probably assume that when they are going to buy a car, when they are 18, they will look on the internet. And I think all the answers, what they will need to know about that car will come from the people driving the same car. So, if you drive an Opel or a Fiat or a Peugeot 307 or 5 years old with so many kilometers, you will check what people with the same car, the same kilometers will say about that car now. Does a website like that exist? No. Not yet.
NINtec is one of our strategic partners with regard to building of applications, so the development of applications which we either built in .NET, in SharePoint or in other technology. They are helping us developing retail concepts online, but also business-to-business concepts that we are integrating in our Microsoft Dynamics configuration. So they are a strategic ICT partner.
My name is Kees Engel. I'm the Chief Exec of Kion Group Limited, which is a company that specializes in mortgage servicing. We moved away from a traditional client-server technology to a fully web-based and highly parameterized system. So in fact, we actually said to your ICT department, thank you very much for your help, but we say goodbye to you all. I won't say that we are exactly there yet, but we are moving towards that model because due to the fact that we move to a highly parameterized system, you give actually the engine to the people in the business and let them play around with the parameters. And in fact, that gives you a high level of flexibility in the organizations. Usually an IT department focuses on enhancing functionality in the system. And because our infrastructure is highly parameterized, that in fact basically means that playing around with the parameters can be done by the business people and don't necessarily have to be done by ICT people.
My name is Jaco de Vroet. I work at Legal Intelligence. Legal Intelligence is a company providing search services to the Dutch legal professional market. We have built a system that makes legal information from any source accessible in one website, basically. People just log on to our system. We have gathered all the information, make it very easy to use because a lawyer or another legal professional is not a professional searcher. He just enters a few keywords and then hopes for the best, that everything that he needs is actually there. And that's, again, where we come in with the best possible search results. We've built specialized search technology to really accommodate the search actions of a legal professional. At Legal Intelligence we have taken legal content from hundreds of data sources into one very smart system. And the iPad is the next step. It's that system, but also you can always take it with you. I expect that we are going to have more and more developments on the iPad app on the longer term, because the platform provides a lot of possibilities to give the professionals that we work for additional functionality in their hands, even in the courtroom.
My name is Mickel Rademakers. I work for a Dutch company called Jumbo, Royal Jumbo, and it is a traditional board game and puzzle company. Where board games and puzzles are social, so we think it's worth for us to, together with NINtec, to create and develop virtual worlds and games, and create new business models. Well, we just started, but of course, once we finished Stratego.com, the first project, we're also looking in spin-offs. For instance, bringing Stratego to the iPad or on mobile. So there will be spin-offs for sure, but also for other games and gaming platforms. Because at Jumbo we are looking to build virtual worlds targeted at kids, for instance. And I can see that NINtec has a role in that.
My name is Chris Shabeb. I'm the VP of Product Management for Transcontinental Interactive. It's an Ontario, Canada-based print and digital marketing company. Definitely a very important piece to have in place. Everybody across locations needs to have a very clear understanding of who's doing what, when, why, and how. And the governance is really there. I'm a pretty big believer in process being there to serve us. We don't serve it. So enough process to make it efficient. Everybody knows what's going on and how it's going to work, but no more process than that. So it's not overhead. Well, I mentioned in my presentation that we've got Transcontinental Interactive, which is a newly formed division of the company for digital marketing containing 7 business units. So the future of the relationship with NINtec would be to expand from the business unit that we operate and work with them on today to the larger organization and including all 7 business units.
My name is Rob Kremers and I'm a sort of trend watcher. And trend watcher is a Dutch word, so let's call it trend analyst.
We have to change to a more sustainable world. And I found that with my careful way of living, style of living, we still need 3.5 planets. If everyone were to live like me, we would need 3.5 planets. The Americans, they use 6 planets in average. So it's just because the Indians and Chinese in average use far less that we can still do this. Don't forget, 13% of the people live in Africa and they emit only 3%. Whereas in America, where just 5% of the people live, they emit 20% of the world. So it's much more efficient to kill a Yank than to stop someone in Africa.
Because what we've seen, and what I've just shown in my presentation, is quite clearly the world is changing faster than ever. So that means whatever you think is successful today is not going to be successful tomorrow. So you have to adapt, you have to constantly check what's going on and how can I adapt to that situation. So it's purely survival of the fittest is survival of the most adaptable.
My name is Neeraj. I head the global organization as the chairman and managing director.
It was around 10 years back, probably for the first time when I came to Holland. And in one of my initial interactions when we were selling, we were asked, you're from India? I said, yes. Do you go to offices on elephants? And that was a time and where probably there was very little understanding of where India stood, how technology happened, how outsourcing happened.
NINtec stands for extremely high level of comfort for doing business with it. So we often tell our customers that what differentiates us from a lot of other organizations is the ease of doing business with us. The flexibility that we provide to our customers to go in and look at their requirements and fit ourselves like water in a container, and we fit into the customer's business process and make things happen. I would say flexibility, speed, expertise are the things which I would really define NINtec with. We have created this organization with those spirits, very entrepreneurial in nature, very aggressive when it comes to making things happen, and very compassionate when it comes to understanding issues and delivering solutions to problems.
So in this presentation, I'll give you a quick background in terms of what have we become, what is the past, what is the present for us, and where do we see ourselves going in terms of the immediate near future. There was a time when the business planning used to be 2 years, 3 years plan. In the previous days, we actually plan for a maximum period of 12 to 18 months. Because as a technology company, as a company that actually supports most of your organizations in determining where the technology is going to lead the business, of course, it's a very, very quick turnaround time. Going forward, this organization will focus on triple bottom criteria. Number one is economic success, without which no organization can sustain. So first criteria for us is going to be economic success. The second criteria is going to be society. We want to give back to the society, and society stands for us at a very high level, just under economic success. Because economic success is responsible for our sustenance, and society is where we actually live and thrive. The third is planet. Sustainability and durability is one of the key factors for us coming forward for the next 2 to 3 years, and we will continue with programs that we do, a lot of corporate social initiatives that we will actually ensure that we not only give back to society while making profits, but we also ensure that our planet is taken care of with a very, very high sustainable program.